I'm gonna be so for real. That head of the CIA is not my oomph. Hashtag not sponsored and hashtag not psyop. Thank you. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. But yeah, dude, I just needed to let you guys know I'm not a psyop and I am definitely not sponsored by the US government. Not gonna lie, don't know if I believe you now. Seems like an op. Okay, here's how you know I'm not sponsored by the US government. Hey yo, like if you guys do want like a VTuber to represent America, I would be a great choice. I could never be sponsored by the government because I would tell all of the government secrets. That's how you know I'm not sponsored. I'll be like, hello chat, guess who we bombed today and didn't tell anybody about? I can't keep a secret. I would never be sponsored by any government because they would be like, we're planning on invading, and I'll be like, guess who we're invading on Tuesday, chat? Isn't that something a sponsored person by the government would say? No, I would be the biggest threat to national security since the Bush administration.
One of his first victims is James Clapper, then the National Director of Intelligence.
They call him Clapper because he be clapping these shoes. Sorry. Hi ZTL, you came in at such a lovely time where I'm trying to convince chat that I'm not a psyop. And I'm also not a hag. Romy is a government plant. I literally just said I would never... If I was a government plant, I would pay my taxes. That's how you know I'm not a government plant. That's all I'm gonna say. She simps for the government. Why would I simp for the government? Why would a hag? Wait, is this an authorized goon raid? Yeah, they're authorized to goon. ZTL told them they could goon out my chat. I am physically impossible to goon to, so this is a dying battle. Like everybody came in here. This is literally like kamikaze, bro. You came in here to just die. There's no gooning. I'm so sorry. More like government weed, taking our money to pay taxes. Absolutely not. What are you talking? Rumi is 110% a Chinese spy. So delusional. You guys are so delusional. Wow, what a horrible spy. I'm not a spy! I'm not a spy. I'm just a girl on the internet. All right, I gotta go eat. Enjoy psyoping the chat. I'm not a freaking psyop. I'm not a psyop. I'm not a psyop. I'm not a psyop and I'm not a hag. Okay, those are. We must repeat this to ourselves. Repeat it to ourselves. No psyops are in this chat. No hags are on this stream. Understand? Is your editor a spy as well? My editor is not a spy. He's big chilling. My editor is unemployed. That sounded better in my head. My editor is the only way the government is paying him is through unemployment. He is not a spy.